Want to make a personalized wedding gift that is both practical and memorable? Today I'm going to show you how to make custom sublimation coasters that the bride and groom will love. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Megan and I love doing all sorts of craft videos, so welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh, and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future craft videos. Anyways, today's big project is making these custom sublimation coasters as a wedding gift for my friend's big day. To make these coasters, this is what you'll need. Blank sublimation coasters. I got this 4-pack from Michael's and it comes with both the coaster and the cork backing. You will need a printer with sublimation ink. Up on my screen is the model that I am currently using, as well as the ink I have in my printer. You are going to need a heat press. The one I'm going to be using today is my HTV Ront heat press, but the Cricut band is totally fine. You are also going to need a heat pad. What this is where we're going to be pressing our physical coasters onto so it doesn't ruin our table. Sublimation paper. I will be using the Hippo brand today, but A-Sub is another good alternative. Copy paper or butcher paper. In this case, I'm just going to be using copy paper, but it is up to you. What this does is this protects your heat pad and everything else from the sublimation ink kind of getting everywhere. You are going to want heat resistant tape. This will help us secure the design onto the coaster. Heat resistant gloves. What this is for is once we are done pressing the design onto the coaster, they're going to be extremely hot, so you are going to want to pull up the design with that. If not, you might end up burning your fingers. Not that I would know from personal experience, but... And then finally, you will need the design. I'm going to be showing you how to do this in Canva, so let us get into that. Canva is great for this because it has tons of fonts and templates to make designing easy. I start by creating a 3.5-inch circle that matches the size of my coaster. When I add the circle, I add a border around it just so it's easier later on, so we kind of know like the space of where we're going to be cutting. For the design, I'm going for an elegant look with a classy script for their last name, plus adding EST 2024 to mark the beginning of their journey together. These little details make the coasters feel even more special and meaningful. When designing, it's important to make sure that everything is easy to read and centered. Canva's tools make it super simple to adjust text size and spacing so the design looks polished. I double check all the details like the spelling and year before exporting the design to print. When you print, you want to make sure that you have the design mirrored. Now it's time to transfer the designs to the coasters. I'm going to be setting my heat press to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and I'm going to be setting the timer to 240 seconds. While that is heating, I'm going to be getting my designs ready. When I'm cutting my design, I'm going to be cutting inside the black line. The purpose of the black line was to give us some kind of outline so we know how big to make it. But in this case, since it's not a whole design, you can just get away with only cutting around the outside bits. So typically when it comes to making these coasters, I like to make about 4, but if you know that they're planning to have like a larger family, maybe make some extra coasters. 4 is always good to go, and if they do want more in the future, you can totally do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to center it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just to get some kind of guidelines. And I'm going to be taking heat resistant tape and I'm just going to be securing that down. And make sure it's nice and good because you don't want to get ghosting. That's where the design moves a little bit, so you kind of have a little bit of a blurred or fuzzy look to it, and you don't want that. So make sure it's nice and good on there. Now that I have my design on my coaster, I'm going to be taking my little heat pad here, and I'm going to be using blank sheets of paper, but if you happen to have butcher paper, that works too. I'm going to be putting 1 layer of paper down, then I'm going to be putting my coaster. You want to do design face down. And what you are going to do is take your other piece of paper and sandwich that on top. I'm going to be taking my heat press now and I'm going to be putting that on with light pressure. You want to make sure you put some pressure on it because if not, it's not going to come out right. Oh, whoops. That's not good. Okay, well, you don't have to put a ton of pressure on this, but you guys get the concept. So I am going to lift up my heat press. This to the side. Now let's see how this came out. Cute! Like how good that turned out. So I'm going to be making 4 more of these and then I will show you what we're going to do next. I am going to put this on a pot holder because that's the only thing I have that can handle the heat of 400 degrees. So anyways, I will see you guys when these have cooled off. Okay, I have my coasters here. They are still bare on the back, and then you have your design up front. So what we are going to do, I still have these two cooling off, but I wanted to get the ball rolling. I would give it about maybe 15 or 20 minutes before you start handling and touching these. These feel pretty good and not hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cork backings that came with my little set of 4, and I'm going to turn this over, unstick the back, which sometimes I have a difficulty with. Oh. And there we go, it's unstuck. And I'm putting it in the middle. You want it as centered as possible, but like no one's looking in the middle. And that's it. So I'm going to get these other ones done. When I get married someday, I want just a set of these. Can somebody like make this for me? To finish this, I'm going to be tying this with ribbon to kind of keep it together. I currently do not have some on hand, so I need to run to the store to pick some up. But I do have up on my screen pictures of stuff that I did last year for another wedding that my brother attended. He asked me if I could make some for that family. I'm so excited to give this to my friend and his fiance. If you decide to try this DIY for a wedding or a special event, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to see what you guys are doing. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any future craft videos. I will see you guys in the next video. Happy crafting. Adios.